Hello all, today we'll discuss about contact lens fit in keratoconus. Keratoconus is a progressive thinning of cornea, okay, and it can lead to ultimately cornea rupture or we need to go for a corneal transplant. Okay, so you can see here the conical cornea you can see. So there is a thinning of the cornea has happened. So in the left hand side there is a healthy cornea picture. Right hand side you can see the cornea is thin and there is a inferonasal cone. So in case of keratoconus normally we get a kind of inferonasal cone. Okay, so if you look at the topography, corneal topography report, it is a pentacam report, you can see this red colored area, right? So red color is a hot color, blue is a cool color. So red color area or oranges area denotes that that place has a thinning in the cornea. Okay, so cornea thickness is very minimal in that case, and also it is steeper in that case. So it is denoted by, you can see by this topo report, that it is a clear cut keratoconus, and there is a inferonasal cone over here. So where is the cone? The red colored area, that part is a cone. So we can do a RGP fitting in case of keratoconus or a rose K lens fitting. Okay, in case of RGP lens fitting, there should be a 3-point touch while we fit a RGP contact lens. Okay, so while fitting, we know that if there is a tear film in between the lens and the cornea, right? So this tear film acts as a tear lens and corrects the astigmatism. This uncorrected astigmatism of keratoconus, it is corrected by the tear film in between the contact lens and cornea. So this is called a tear lens system. So as and where there is tear film, it absorbs fluorescent dye. So when you place fluorescent dye, the tear film absorbs fluorescent dye and there is a fluorescent pooling. So that's why you can see in a global blue filter a green color, right? So clearance means there is presence of fluorescent, and bearing means the lens is touching the cornea. So in case of 3-point touch, there is 3-point. What is touch? Number 2 is a slight apical touch. That means there is a central, there is a pinpoint touch at the central region, and 1 and 3 there is a mid peripheral touch. Okay, so this 3-point touch actually denotes a good keratoconus fit. You can see in this diagram. So the 4 zones are created: a slight apical touch, a paracentral clearance, a mid peripheral bearing, and a peripheral clearance. So for a keratoconus fit, we should be very careful while fitting the cornea, because if the contact lens touches the cornea at the cone, at the keratoconus cone, it can rupture the cone at any moment, and it can actually cause progression of more and more keratoconus. We should be very careful while fitting a contact lens in the keratoconus eye. Okay, so we can go with a little steeper fit. Okay, that is fine, but it should not, the lens should not touch the cone in any way. So here you can see this 3-point touch, this area, this is very important for a keratoconus fit. Okay, even you can go for a steeper fit, that is okay, but don't never ever go for a flat fit for a keratoconus eye. Okay, so in case of normal cornea, normal cylindrical power or normal cornea, we get a diffuse pattern. Okay, in the right side you can see, but in the, for a keratoconus we generally get a 3-point touch. So that is important for a keratoconus. We should keep in mind very properly while fitting a keratoconus eye. We can fit a scleral contact lens that is based for keratoconus eye. So we need a plunger for that, and that is Boston material. So scleral contact lens or a mini scleral contact lens is best for keratoconus. Why? Because the lens is absolutely sitting on the sclera, so it is causing no harm to the cornea. So while fitting a scleral contact lens, we should be very careful, okay, about the vault. The vault should be proper, right? There should not be any touch in the central region or in the keratoconus cone region, or there should not be any peripheral blanching, right? There should be a vault of around 250 micron at least, with the between the cornea and the lens, to have a healthy contact lens fit. And peripheral blanching should also be avoided. Why? Because it can cause hypoxia in that place, and it can damage, right? So we have to be very very careful in case of keratoconus while fitting a contact lens, because your contact lens gives the vision, proper vision to the patient. Okay, so but it can also cause harm to your patient also. So you should be very careful while fitting a keratoconus contact lens, so that your patient feels happy and you will also be satisfied. Thank you.